Well, intrepid viewers, I had to come back to you about Barr. Mea culpa. I take responsibility. The cards I got for this man were quite benign, and I just thought, yeah, sure, he's a dyed-in-the-wool Republican, yeah, he goes back to the Iran-Contra scandal, but that was decades ago. I thought he was putting country first in his own little cerebellum, But I wonder, something really weird and not altogether wholesome about Bill Barr. Right? So I thought he needs the toff deck. I think we all need the toff deck to get to the bottom of Bill Barr. Do we not? Sorry, I'm fluffing around. It's a sarong I don't normally use, and you can tell. All right, so let's shuffle up the toff. So I think there's several questions, obviously. So what's going on in his mind? Our first question. Bill Barr. What's going on for Bill Barr? I'll bring you down. Oh, let's see what he gets as a signifier. Oh. The Tower. The Tower first off the rank, total. Wow. So I have to stop for a moment. Now, I'm sure I'm not alone in wishing the Tower on him. Oops. Shouldn't actively engage in negative thoughts, should we, viewers? We can observe them, but we shouldn't reinforce them. He gets the Tower. Now, the question becomes, is he causing the Tower? This is the real worry. Is this a personal Tower moment that Bill Barr's stepped off the plank in a high sea, with the Republicans even going? Is it his personal Tower? Or is he determined to, bring down the... I'm so shocked and appalled at his disregard for remote conventions and norms. I'm sure you are too, viewers. I'm so sorry I went soft on him before. It's funny how these things happen, isn't it? Out of left field, you're looking one way and then something comes and blindsides you. And Bill Barr, no one was comfortable with Bill Barr. But, so let's see what is going on for him. Oh, he also gets the Devil. Oh, okay. Oh, and the Seven of Swords, and the Prince of Cups, and the Prince of Swords. Ooh. This couldn't be more different. This is a compromised man. He's been in bed with the devil. This will help explain, surely, some of his... He could... First digression... He could be the ultimate Republican stalwart, who's batting for their guy, but he's the Attorney General of the United States. And I don't think even the Republican hardliners were on their knees expecting him to put out that ridiculous 4-page bit of nonsense. But I'm seeing the Tower and the Devil, so it's bigger than Bill Barr. I would say it's even bigger than the Republicans. Someone's got immense dirt on Bill Barr. It's always the quiet ones, isn't it, viewers? Okay, so back we go. The Prince of Cups and the Prince of Swords. As I've pointed out in the toss deck, there's a lot of chariot-like imagery. So in his unconscious, we have the Prince of Cups. That's his emotional affinity with America. That's the energy I was picking up on, and I'm sure I wasn't alone amongst readers in the sense of him. He thought he was doing it for the country. But on top, what's driving him, literally driving this chariot, I don't think this is him. This is not Bill Barr's energy, William Barr's energy. This is someone driving him, and in fact 2 other people on the ropes here. This figure is interesting. We'll have to explore who that might be, and I'll be interested in your ideas too, viewers. It's sort of, yeah, it's a funny energy. It's even more muscular than Putin. Putin's more a cerebral warrior, you know, although he does go out and shirtless and does all that stuff. But I'm not thinking it's Putin so much as someone else has the nobbles on William Barr. Mini outcome, what's going on for him, the 7 of Swords, the rip-off card. But again, I've got this ambivalence, viewers. Is it him being ripped off, or is he ripping off the nation? So we have to go further with this. Excuse me while I have a sip of my drink. I'm now going to ask, what's driving William Barr's agenda? What or who is driving it? There's this chariot imagery. Who's in the driver's seat? See if we can pick it up. Okay. Who's behind William Barr's agenda? And he sabotaged the whole Department of Justice and the FBI. What a dog. What an absolute dog. He was nothing if not an inside man. That's why none of this makes sense. So, who or what is behind William Barr's agenda? Alright. Let's see what happens here. Six of Swords, Sun, things were good, but now the Empress. Ooh. Ooh. This is interesting, viewers. If I stop there, it's sort of a really fair and just reading. I'll explain what I mean. It's not answering the question, so we're going to have to go further to that. So this is setting the tone. I'm hearing the mask. This is his mask. Okay, the mask of judgment or adjustment, as it's called in the Trump world. He's had a very big adjustment. So this whole triage of cards here, you have the Six of Swords, can be a retreat card, followed by the Sun, which is a very good and radiant card, although it can be there to expose secrets. Okay. Followed by the Empress, which is fertile female energy and all that that brings. It's not making sense to me in terms of the question, so we must go further. Tarot does this, lay the scene. So, coming up, what is it? Right, okay, so let's look at each of these. So with the Seven of Pentacles, in the regular Rider-Waite deck, it's illusion, delusion around money. But in the Thoth deck, it's a darker card. It's the card of failure. So I think this is underpinning what's going on. He's got an immense fear of failure, and deservedly so. He's worked hard at being the most failed AG in the last 150 years. the Princess of Wands, the tiger has him by the tail, or the tail is round the neck. And there's this slightly demented helicopter knight galloping into the future. So what's behind William Barr is originally the idea of doing the right thing, followed by getting trapped by the tiger, paranoid about failure, and having to come to his own rescue. I'm hearing his own rescue. How bizarre is that on the night? But he's not remotely aggressive. There's almost a fuddy-duddy energy to him. So let's see what the final three have to say about this. Oh, well, yes. All right, so he gets the Princess of Cups, the very backlight card of the Page of Cups. That, again, is the emotional tie to country. Okay. But he's sold out because he was in league with the devil. And it's the Three of Pentacles, group work and money. So I think it's sex and money. He got the Empress, which is a very female energy, and the Death card here. I think somebody has scandals on William Barr that involve sex and money. Ooh, yucky poo-poo. All right then, so I'm going to ask one more question, viewers. And that question, will this do the damage we're all afraid it'll do, or will the other revelations be big enough, saucy enough, defensible enough, doable enough to bring this up? So, in other words, will Barr get away with it? A much more Australian way of saying it, really. Cut to the chase. Will he get away with it? Don't forget, everyone, too, the Teflon Don, along with other things, 3rd week of April. We're heading there. We're not a million miles away. I think the 3rd week of April, things will begin to turn around. And is it not a minute too soon? So let's do this final question, William Barr. Will he get away with this manoeuvre? And how selfish. Someone's got personal dirt, big dirt, career-ending dirt, shame dirt on him, but he's prepared to sell the country down the river without a backward glance to save his own sorry ass. And there's the party of values, traditional values. Yeah, right. Okay, so let me concentrate. Will Barr get away with it? Yes or no? Will Barr get away with it? Yes or no? Will Barr get away with it? Okay, yes, the 10, the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, it's fated. Either way, oh, I'm nerve-wracked turning over these cards. This is a destined act, at least for William Barr. So again, it's critical, America. It's how the country reacts to this stuff that is so essential. The Wheel of Fortune. Oh, yeah. Ace of Swords and Death. Oh, that's good. Behind him, he's used the power of the Ace of Swords. He is the most powerful man in America, far more powerful than Trump, really, because he controls the Trump narrative as we speak. Bastard. So, this is him using and abusing the Sword of Truth. he gets the Prince of Discs, yet another chariot. This one's not as overtly aggressive as the other chariots, right? It's a bit more measured. He thinks he's going to get away with it. He thinks he's going to get away with all the lies and deceit and all the dark secrets. However, I'm pleased to report, viewers, here we have the card that he's now got twice, so you have to notice that, the Seven of Discs, failure. Oh, I feel a bit better. I feel a little bit better, and I hope you guys do too. Let's hope. So I did want to get back to you and say, sorry I went soft on him. I didn't think anyone could be quite that despicable, and you'd be wrong. All right. Okay. Love you guys. Keep the comments coming. I'll be back soon. Ciao, ciao.